Hi guys, I'm live. Um, I want God and my spiritual past and life in more depth than I have before. I have new ideas about God, and I also want to share more about myself spiritually than I had before. So when I was 8 years old, I naively believed in God. I hadn't even questioned it. I just thought, well, maybe there's a God, and I started trying to read the Bible. I tried to read it all the way through. I got to Exodus 20 by the time I was 9. And then sexuality hit me at age 9. That's when I became sexual, and I realized that everything the Bible says about not being sexual is a contradiction. First of all, if God doesn't get to give me a body that desires sex and then tell me it's wrong, that I'm wrong when I use it for sex, and that's just a no-brainer to me. Even at 9 years old, I figured that out. And why would I give up my right and ability or decision to have sex uh, just because of some God? And if there's some punishment, for, then I'll take it. And not only that, if God is a hypocrite in that way, then he can't really be love if he doesn't even grant freedom and pleasure to his own creatures. That's not love. I would be more loving than that, and I'm not. I'm just a human, supposedly sinful. And and the three qualities of God that I find in a circle, in a triangle, or whatever you want to call it, that are all mutually contradictory, are God is love, God is all powerful, and God is holy. These things, not even two of those things. Well, I guess love and all powerful could exist at the same time, but a bunch of combinations of those three qualities can't it coexist. If God is holy, then but yet but yet if God's all powerful, then he should then by definition he has the ability to not be holy if he doesn't want to. But if he's holy at all times, he therefore is not all powerful. Holiness has to be a choice for it to be made under power. If holiness is a unalterable uh, uh, condition that cannot be helped, then there is no power there. There's not all power there. God, hey, there can't be. If I'm all powerful, I have the choice to be holy or not. Choice itself is a power. And if I don't have the choice to not be holy, I do not have all power. Therefore, I cannot be all powerful. And love and all power, uh, well, love and holiness kind of don't go hand in hand. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to talk about it. Lo- uh, I don't love and holiness. Yeah, I was going to start to say that, and I'll finish that thought. Love and holiness really, God is love, and God is holy can't really coexist either, because if God is love, then and yet God is, but yet His holiness keeps Him from loving me when I'm not holy, or not or not show or not giving me, you know, uh, the same love I have when I'm not holy, then His love isn't perfect. So holiness taints the perfect love of God. It has to, because if God hates sin, He has to love me less when I'm sinning, and that's not love. He may love, but He's not love if He can hate me when I'm simply not being holy because He's holy. That's a contradiction, and it also, yeah, it's a contradiction of terms. So so you can't have God is love and God is all powerful. You also can't have God is love and God is holy, because if God is love, He would have to love you when you're not holy. It's just the same as when you are holy, and He doesn't do that, or whatever. Then the other rung on the triangle is God is all powerful, uh, and God is love. I haven't discussed that particular angle. Um, that in theory, I guess, could exist. You could have an all powerful thing that is love, but he would still have to choose if he's all powerful, he would have to choose to also not be holy all the time. And if he is love, uh, he would also have to choose to not be holy all the time, because he would have to love me when I'm not holy, just the same as when I'm holy. Otherwise, he's not love, he's simply loving or doing love when he does it. God can't be conditional. He loves us when we're this and that, and still be all love. He can't be all powerful and but yet not be able to be unholy. So there's all those contradictions. Now, having said that, and also disclosing why I stopped studying the Bible when I was 9, I never told anyone that. I said it was maybe I just made up something about, maybe it was just life hit me, or my dad started abuse. But my dad didn't start abusing me until I was 13. That's when that's when he started abusing me. It was my sexuality hitting at age 9 that made me say screw this, and I've done that ever since. Now, having said that, I do believe in a force that is good and is not of this earth, because I've experienced it all through my life. First, let me give you some examples. I was stabbed in the back by a guy named Dorian, and it came 3/8 an inch in my spine, and it missed my lungs and heart as well, and all the discs in my spine were missed. I believe that was divine protection. Also, I was about to go get some cones that someone told me to get when I was working graveyard shift at Ontario International Airport, and the cones happened to be right behind a jet engine that was about to fire, and the engine misfired. Otherwise, I would have been caught in the blast of the engine fire. There's that. I've just been protected. Third thing, I was walking around one time and with a bad dude from the street that I thought was going to help me be a rock star, but he wasn't. That was really mean and bad. And he told me one time, he said, Jimmy, I wanted to beat your ass the other day, but God wouldn't let me. So something kept him from kicking my ass. Now, having said that, this force that is good, perfect, but it's also not of this earth. I just call the universe. I don't know what to call it, and I don't know if that's right or wrong to call it the universe. It might be right on, and also, but on the other hand, that force that I know I believe in, I would stake my life on it. It could in a different world even be called God, because the universe is God in many ways, but I'm not going to call it that, and because there's too many mistakes or cross references or insinuations or implications of it being the Christian God, and the Christian God is a paradox that has to be no more real than Snoopy. And that's funny that I mentioned that to me, because Snoop Dogg, and dog is literally God spelled backwards. God is like Snoopy. God is a character. A real dog is a dog. He's a cartoon character. The real universe, or what really exists that protects me, it really exists, but it's not this character called God any more than Snoopy is a real dog. So I like the fact that the rapper called himself Snoop Dogg, maybe not even realizing the implication I'm giving to it, because Snoopy and dog spelled backwards, which is God, are on the same level. Yes, there's really dogs, but it's not Snoopy. Snoopy's a fictional character. Yes, there is something up there that you could call God, but the Christian God is a fictional character. Love you guys. Peace. Rock and roll.